Good morning, everyone, and happy Saturday. It's time for Puck It with Joe. We've got 13 games on the ice. One is already underway with the Ottawa Senators and the Philadelphia Flyers in the last part of the first period here. It's tied 1-1 for these teams. Now, we're not going to talk about this game. I wasn't actually interested in this game anyway. That's why I kind of put off Pocket with Joe a little bit, but we've got 12 other games on the ice. Of course, we're going to be breaking down each of these, giving you my leans in them. And then I'm going to do my long shot parlay and best bet parlay. Now, looking at yesterday's, I tell you, the one dog that I didn't think that was going to lose lost with the Seattle Kraken, Minnesota Wild getting a 1-0 win in that one. We won the Capitals, the Penguins, and the Sharks. I hope you guys listened about the Sharks and sprinkled on that money line as well as taking them on the puck line. Terrible scheduling spot for the Dallas Stars last night, even with Ottinger coming out. So it was, it's really interesting to see those kind of games. It's definitely something that you always have to look at when you're looking at hockey. Is those situations when one team is returning home for one game and then headed back on the road after a road trip. I don't care what that team is. That is a good fade spot. Good morning, Rocco. Happy Saturday. You love the over in the Toronto game today. That's your favorite play. I like it. What I like more is Toronto on the puck line. I think they're going to come out and get a big day. We're going to be discussing that game in a couple minutes. Rocco, I want to wish you the best in all your bets. In our best bet parlay, again, the Seattle Kraken screwed it up. They were not able to get any goals. That was a lower scoring game than I expected. I really did expect some goals to come out in that one. So we went 3-1 in the moneyline underdog parlay yesterday and 3-1 in the best bet. So I was really hoping we'd get there. I haven't built this parlay today, but we're going to build it all together at the end. Let's start talking about the first game on the board at 4:00 Eastern. We have the Edmonton Oilers taking on the Florida Panthers. Now the Oilers coming in here as the dog on the road at plus 146 here. We see the Florida Panthers minus 178, and this total has gone high. It's up to 7 right now. Jack Campbell expected for the Edmonton Oilers. Now, we sat here the other day. They got crushed by the Carolina Hurricanes in a game that I thought they were going to come out and win. That was a 7-2 win for the Canes. I said, don't let me bet the Edmonton Oilers again if they let us down in the spot. I can't get off them here. I look at this Florida Panthers team. They've got Spencer Knight expected in goal. He is the better goalie. He's got a 2.18 goals against average. This team is coming in. They're dominating. They're getting the shots, averaging 40.1 shots on goal. But I think in this one, this is Edmonton's game to come out here and play strong, start getting things back on track. I do believe in this Edmonton Oilers team a little bit more than I should. I believe in Jack Campbell a little bit more than I should as well. He's got a 4.27 goals against average. He's really taking the weight of this team on his shoulders. So this is the last game of a road trip here for Edmonton. They're returning home. They have the Kings on Wednesday, and then they have the Vegas Golden Knights at home on this next Saturday. They have to get a win here. Now, the last time these two teams did face off, this was back in last February. Edmonton was able to get a 4-3 win there. The Panthers play so strong versus teams with winning records. They're off their 2 last wins. And now we know the Canes blew out the Oilers, but before they blew out the Oilers, they got the win over the Florida Panthers. They shut out the Florida Panthers. I think in this one, for parlay reasons later, I'll take the Edmonton Oilers plus 1.5 on that puck line. It's too juiced to take straight up. I think this is a tight game. I think this is a 4-3 style game. If this one does go to overtime, you got to rely on Spencer Knight for the Florida Panthers to get the win. But if Edmonton can get up in this one, I do like Edmonton to hold on to that lead. Now, I don't love the total in this one. The total's sitting at 7. I think that is too high. We've got strong trends to that under, but we know how explosive both of these teams can be. And if Jack Campbell lets things go again, this one's going to go over because the Florida Panthers come in here averaging 40.1 shots on goal. We know Jack Campbell isn't stopping anything. So we need, again, the defense to really step up for the Edmonton Oilers. So this isn't one of my favorite games. We're going to move on to the next. But if I had to take something in this for parlay reasons, it's going to be the Edmonton Oilers plus 1.5. For anything else, I think you do a little sprinkle on the Edmonton Oilers to get things back on track on the last game of the road trip, and the under 7, if anything. Both these teams coming in off rest, trending nicely to the Panthers trending nicely to that under, coming in off rest. Actually, the Oilers trend to the over coming off rest, but I just don't see it happening in this one. The next game on the board, you guys, just looking at your comments here, you switched Seattle. I love it. Congratulations. I am so glad. Hopefully then you hit it if you switched out Seattle, because everything else hit. Good morning, Todd, as well. Oh, I wish you would have bet that one with me, Todd. It's always so good to make money on the dog in the perfect situation. Yes, I haven't had enough coffee this morning. Gonna have like a million cups. I've been up for so many hours, but so many games on the board today to go over. I think I've been up for 8 hours now. So sorry this is coming out late, but I had to get all of these games capped. Now, let's look at the Arizona Coyotes and the New Jersey Devils. Remember, if you're watching on TikTok, really hard for me to comment with you guys on there. So come on over to YouTube. So the Arizona Coyotes and the New Jersey Devils, this one is at 7 o'clock Eastern. We know this Coyotes team loves to pull off these huge upsets. Can they against the New Jersey Devils here? They have won their last 3. They're rolling hot as dogs right now. New Jersey Devils won their last 8 games. I don't know in this one if Arizona can pull it off. The one advantage they do have here is the New Jersey Devils goaltender, Schmid, I believe is how you say his name, is coming out. Now, he's 1-0. He played the last little bit of the Ottawa Senators matchup for them. There was only 7 shots on goal. He saved all 7. I don't have high expectations and hopes for him. Over on TikTok, just go into YouTube and search Joe Madden Sports. You'll find me. There's also a link in my bio. So when we look at the Arizona Coyotes coming in here, they've just been rolling hot. They've got the 3rd best power play overall. And we see the New Jersey Devils coming in here off overtime. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take Arizona in the first period, on the money line in the first period. We've seen the Devils coming off overtime that they won, losing in that first period in their last 5. I think with how hot Arizona has been, I got to play them in the first period. I'm not going to play a full game for this one. At the end of the day, Arizona has been playing phenomenal, pulling off these upsets, but how much longer can it continue, you guys? New Jersey's won their last 8. How much longer can that continue? The last time these two matched up, it was back last April, and the Devils got a 6-2 win. Now, there is strong trends to the underdog between these two. 5-1 in the last 6 meetings. The road team also 4-0. Coyotes 4-0 in their last 4 versus the Eastern Conference. Also 4-0 in their last 4 road games, which we know. But they've been 2-5 in their last 7 meetings in New Jersey. I don't have enough faith to back them for the full game. I'll back them for the first period. The Devils are also 7-0 in their last 7 following a win. They're 5-0 in their last 5 on 1 day's rest. This is going to be an ultimate test. I would love to see Arizona pull it off. I can't get there for the full game. Give me the first period, and then give me the under 6.5. I've been loving what I've been seeing out of both of these teams defensively. We know the New Jersey Devils come in here so strong, only allowing 24.9 shots on goal, which is the best overall. They're also bombarding the net with shots, averaging 37.9 shots on goal, which is second overall. Arizona has been stronger defensively as of late. They're still allowing that 35.7 shots on goal and 3.54. But this number is tracking down if you look at it. They're still being limited on their shots. Give me the under 6.5. Nice trends to that under as well. The Coyotes 6-1 in their last 7 overall to that under. The Devils 4-1 in their last 5 versus the Central. Coyotes also coming in off rest 4-1 to that under, and 5 of their last 7 meetings have hit that under. Guys, Coyotes first period looks like money. I really hope they can come out rolling hot here in that first period. Todd, I love Vegas here on the puck line. We're going to get to Vegas, but you guys, you know there's teams that you fade when they come home. The majority of teams off a road trip, Vegas isn't one of them. So we're going to talk about that one in a minute, Todd, but I absolutely love it. The next game on the board, we got the Boston Bruins taking on the Buffalo Sabres. This one's also at 7 o'clock Eastern. Buffalo coming in here at plus 158 at home, minus 192 for the Boston Bruins in a total of 6.5. Now, Greg Anderson is expected he's confirmed for the Buffalo Sabres. Now he's 3-1 on the season with a 2.25 goals against average. This team is rolling hot offensively, averaging 3.86 goals per game, which is second overall in the league, and 32 shots on goal. Now, they've lost their last 4 games, 3 games. This is game 3 here. I don't know what I wrote there. I'm looking at something else. Sorry, you guys. They've lost their last 4 games here. I can't really trust them to get this win, but I do trust them enough to compete in this game. I really think they have a solid game against the Boston Bruins here. Kincaid is expected in goal for Boston. Now, he has been brought up. We're not going to see the normal Boston Bruins team that I think we would if Ullmark or Swarman were in goal. I think with Kincaid, we see the defense really making sure they get those block shots on goal. The Buffalo Sabres, we know, are going to get at Kincaid really hard here. Now, this team offensively is averaging 4 goals per game, which is first all over the league, and 34.3 shots on goal, which is 7th overall. So I'm not expecting them to have as many goals in this one. I really do think that they kind of slow down their game with a newer goalie here for them, not Ullmark or Swarman. So the last time these two teams played, it was back in April. They got the shutout win, Boston 5-0 over the Buffalo Sabres. But I think this Buffalo Sabres team is a little different than teams we've seen in the past. For parlay reasons, I'll take them later at plus 1.5 at minus 155. I think that they can keep this one tight with Boston. The Boston Bruins have covered, though, the puck line in each of their last 8 games. You guys see my dog's tail. I don't know if you guys can see that. So they have been good, but again, with Ullmark or Swarman here. So I think this is one where I don't think Buffalo gets the win, but I do think they compete. I'm going to take their team total. Excuse my dog, now he's sneezing. I'm going to take the Buffalo Sabres team total over 2.5. I could see them getting 3 goals in this. If they get 3 goals, it means this whole game goes over in this one, probably. But I like Craig Anderson. This is a tough one for me. So I really think this could be a flat spot for Boston with them protecting. My dog is scratching me. I can't think, you guys. You want to come say hi? You guys want to say hi to my dog? Because he's being obnoxious as hell. Come here. Come. He's going to say hi to you guys. See? I'm not making things up. He is definitely wanting to be the star of the show today. So this game is going to be really interesting. I lean on Anderson to have a really strong game in net for the Buffalo Sabres. I'm going to take his save shots on goal over 29.5. That's at minus 116. And I'm going to take Buffalo's team total over 2.5. We know they're producing those goals at 3.86 goals per game, second overall in the league, getting the shots. Boston is such a strong team. I don't want to step in front of them. So I'm not going to take a side in this one, but I do think this is a better game for Buffalo here at home. The Pittsburgh Penguins and the Montreal Canadiens, 7 o'clock Eastern on this one as well, you guys. Tristan Jarry expected here for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Montreal expected to start Jake Allen. He's got a 3.11 goals against average, and Jarry a 3.38. Now, when we look at this game, the Pittsburgh Penguins are getting these goals, averaging 3.57, which is 8th overall in the league, and 34.4 shots on goal, so 6. So we're going to need a Montreal's defense to really step up. They're allowing that 34.1 shots on goal and 3.14 and give protection to Jake Allen. And I think they can do this in this situation. We have Pittsburgh allowing 3.36 and 33.8. Now they're on a back-to-back, and they do lose on that second leg of a back-to-back. They've also failed to cover the puck line on that second leg of a back-to-back. They're minus 172 here coming in on the money line. There's a no value there. You guys know I can't bet it. Montreal on the puck line, you're not getting much value either. I think it's worth a sprinkle here on Montreal straight up to get the win at plus 142. We look at the last time these two teams played. It was just a couple weeks ago on October 17th. Montreal got a 3-2 win. We've seen the underdog really strong between these two. Also, in the last 14 meetings, winning 10 of those, and then the home team 5-2 in the last 7 meetings. So with the Penguins here on a back-to-back, really sitting 3-5-1 on the road, I've got to back the Montreal Canadiens here on that money line. I'm also going to look at the under 6.5. I think this is a lower scoring one. I really like what we've seen out of Jari. I know his numbers are above 3 for goals against average, but I think he's a stronger goalie than these numbers represent. He needs his defense to really step up and give him a hand here. So give me the under 6.5. Strong trends to that under for the Penguins on the road, with 5 of their last 6 road games going to that under, and the Canadiens versus the Eastern Conference seeing 5 of their last 6 going to that under, and the other one was a push on that number. So I like the under. You are welcome on the call on the Sharks. I really hope you hit it with me. Got to look at those scheduling spots, you guys. Yeah, absolutely. You got to look at Boston with the rookie in net for sure. I really can't get there with the Boston Bruins in this one. You guys on TikTok, come on over to YouTube so I can see those comments. Okay. The next game on the board, we've got the Vancouver Canucks and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Again, you can play a drinking game to this. See if I say Blue Jays. If I say Blue Jays, you guys have to go take a shot. The Toronto Maple Leafs coming in here at minus 178 here on the money line. Huge favorites at home over the Vancouver Canucks. Now, they have lost their last 2 games. Vancouver's also off a loss here. Vancouver expected to start Spencer Martin. He's got a 3.46 goals against average. Calgren confirmed in net for the Toronto Maple Leafs with a 3 goals against average. Now, the Maple Leafs really have not been exploding offensively. This is a team that should be able to. We know how elite Austin Matthews is. This team's just taking some time. They are finally going to have an explosive game this season in one of these and just keep rolling. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I do think this is a phenomenal spot for them here at home in this one. Off 2 losses. Both these teams are strong on the power play. But when we look at Vancouver, they've got a terrible power kill and they're spending so much time in the box. If Vancouver comes out undisciplined, like I expect them to do, and Toronto gets under their skin, Toronto is going to capitalize on that. They are going to get those goals on the power play and take this one. I'm going to look at Toronto in regulation, so I'm not paying as much juice there. I'm also really tempted to take them laying the 1.5 on the puck line. We're getting that at plus 140. The Canucks have failed to cover the puck line in each of their last 10 games in Toronto when they're coming in off a loss. So you guys know I'm sprinkling for that plus money. To have faith in the Maple Leafs to win it big is a hard one for me. You guys know I am not a Leafs fan, but I'm going to do it here. I think this is just a good situation for them to get things back on track. We also look at the Canucks in Toronto. They're 1-12 in their last 13 meetings in Toronto. Strong trends to that underdog and strong trends for the Canucks in the last 8 meetings between these two. But I see them really struggling in Toronto today. So give me Toronto in regulation. That is my favorite bet. I do think I'm going to take the under 6.5 in this one as well. I think Toronto could come out and get a shutout win here. I could see this being a 4-0 game for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I don't know why. It's just a weird gut feeling that they're going to shut out the Canucks in this one. So I'm going to have to take the Maple Leafs as well. I'm going to sprinkle on that plus 1.5 at plus 140. Minus 1.5 at plus 140 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. The next game on the board, I'm also looking for a blowout for this team. One of these teams anyway. We've got the Columbus Blue Jackets taking on the New York Islanders. This is at 7:30 Eastern. Total opened at 6.5, now down to 6. I love the Islanders in this situation. Sorokin expected in goal. He's got a 2.09 goals against average. This team has been phenomenal offensively and defensively. They won the last matchup 5-2. That was back in March. Now the Columbus Blue Jackets have a weak power play. The goalie that they have coming out, Corticello, he's confirmed. He has a 3.5 goals against average. I don't love what I'm seeing out of the Columbus Blue Jackets. They are allowing 4.38 goals per game and 35.4 shots on goal. This defense isn't giving any support, and offensively, this team isn't racking up the goals either, only averaging 2.69 and 30.5 shots on goal. I think New York comes out here and dominates. They're off an embarrassing loss. Do you remember who they lost to? The Coyotes. The Coyotes actually shut them out. The Coyotes got a 2-0 win over the New York Islanders. So we know these not so great teams can, in situations, beat them, but I don't see them going down back to back. Huge home ice advantage between these two, with 14 of the last 20 going to the home team. The Columbus Blue Jackets are 0-4 on the puck line as an underdog in their last 4. I'm going to take the Islanders here. Puck line minus 1.5 at plus 100. I also think this is another 4-0 shutout win here for the New York Islanders. I'm booking that one in. I absolutely love it. I've got Sorokin, his save shots on goal over 27.5, because I don't think that Columbus gets any on him. They're averaging 30.5 shots on goal. So I like Sorokin to go over that. We know the New York Islanders defensively are allowing 32.7. So I think it's a good play here for Sorokin over that 27.5. And I think the under is in play. I like the under 6. The under has hit in 9 of the last 12 meetings as well. I'd also take the Columbus Blue Jackets team total under 2.5. It's juiced so at minus 140. I don't see Columbus getting 3 goals on Sorokin here, especially after what happened in this last game versus the Arizona Coyotes. New York is going to come out mad in this one and take it out on the Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets have also struggled in New York, only winning 1 of the last 6 meetings in New York and 3 of the last 11 meetings overall. So give me New York to come out nice and big. Oh, I am sorry you lost with Dallas. You got to look at that situational matchup. So it just sucks. Todd, my dog is an American Staffordshire. He's actually from Atlanta, Georgia. I got him shipped up to Canada. It's why he does not like the cold. Got an American dog, you guys. He's the best. His name's Traffic, by the way. Okay, next game on the board, 8 o'clock Eastern, we have the New York Rangers taking on the Nashville Predators. Rangers coming in here at minus 130 here on the money line. Looks like a lot of the money is going their way. We have a total of 6. Now the Rangers, 7-5-2 on the season, 4-2 on the road. They haven't been strong on that puck line though, going 5-10 overall on that puck line, 3-3 on the road. Nashville coming in here with a losing record so far this season, going 5-8. They're 4-10 on that puck line as well. Just struggling on the puck line, especially at home, 2-4 on that puck line. Now, Igor is expected for the New York Rangers. We all love Igor and what he can do in goal. He's looking better than the start of the season. He's got a 2.53 goals against average. He was above a 3 before earlier this season. Now, Saros expected for the Nashville Predators. He's got a 3.47, but I do believe in this goalie. I think Saros is better than his numbers as well, and we will see improvement as the season goes further in. Now, the Predators just are not getting those goals, only averaging that 2.64 and 30.2 shots on goal. While the New York Rangers, we've seen them just come out here so strong offensively so far this season. They're fifth overall on shots on goal, averaging that's 34.9. They've been coming out so strong. We've seen games that should have stayed under the total, just blown over the total because of how explosive the New York Rangers can be. They're averaging that 3.13 goals per game. And defensively, this team is so strong, holding opponents to 28.7 shots on goal and 2.97 or 9.3 goals per game. While defensively, the Predators team is letting them down, allowing that average of 3.5 and 32.4 shots on goal. This is the Nashville Predators' first game home after a long road trip. So this team is one team, not like Vegas, that I have to fade here coming home off a road trip. They were on a 5-game road trip, which they didn't go positive on. They went 2-3 on that road trip as well. Now we have the New York Rangers coming in here off a nice win over the Red Wings. They got an 8-2 win over the Red Wings. Again, one of those totals that should have stayed under, but New York exploded in that offensively. They face the Coyotes tomorrow back at home. So this is their last game. It was just a short road trip for the New York Rangers here. I think they come out at minus 130. I think the Rangers are the way to go in this one. Halleck is confirmed for the Rangers. You're seeing Halleck confirmed? Okay. I still like the New York Rangers with Halleck in here. Let me just see. Let me just see what my book is saying. I love when you guys tell me that books are saying other people and places are saying other goalies are confirmed, because it does change a lot. Yeah, I'm seeing Halleck confirmed as well. I do like the New York Rangers still with Halleck. I think this is just a really bad spot for the Nashville Predators in this one, returning from that road trip. They've also lost their last 4 at home as an underdog, so I think it's a good place to fade them here. We know the New York Rangers have such a strong power play. The road team has been so phenomenal as well in these last 6 meetings, going 6-0 to the road team. And the Rangers so strong in Nashville, winning 4 of those last 5 meetings. So I'm going to go with the New York Rangers. No thought on this total, because the Rangers just seem to do whatever they want offensively, sometimes blowing teams out, sometimes playing just a strong defensive game and kind of slowing things down. I could see a stronger defensive game in this one with Halleck confirmed in goal, and this one staying under the total as the New York Rangers end this road trip here. But I'm not sure what we're going to see, so I'm not going to touch that total. I'm glad you guys still like it as well. Okay. Let's move on to the next game. 13 games today. Let's just check what that score of the Ottawa Senators and the Philadelphia Flyers game's at. That's still 1 apiece in that second period there. So the next game on the board, 9 o'clock Eastern tonight, we have the Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Colorado Avalanche. Ranta expected for the Carolina Hurricanes. He's got a 2.36 goals against average, and Alexander I can never say his name right. It's on the tip of my tongue. He's got a 2.66 for the Colorado Avalanche. Now, the Avs have been rolling hot. They're coming into this one rested. They won their last 2 games against the Columbus Blue Jackets and then versus the Preds. So winning their last 3 with 2 of those being against Columbus, yeah, impressive, but still not really counting that as a it's not like they beat Vegas, right? So we got to look at who they played. Now, the Canes off a win over the Oilers. This is game 1 of a 2-game road trip here for the Canes. They just got a short road trip. This team is so strong defensively, only allowing an average of 2.79 goals per game and 26.2 shots on goal. So they're really limiting these shots. They're second overall at limiting the shots. Now, Colorado has been so strong as well, limiting those, or not limiting the shots, but limiting those goals at 2.83 defensive goals they're giving up and 33.6 shots. So we know the Canes are going to get more opportunities to get these shots on goal in this one, but both of these teams so strong offensively. The offensive edge, I do think, while the Canes get more shots on goal at 36.9, which is 3rd overall in the league, we're seeing more of the goals, even though less goals connect for the Colorado Avalanche. They are averaging 3.67 goals per game. Now, they also have the best power play overall. So if they can upset the Canes, get the Canes in the box, expect those goals to come on the power play for the Colorado Avalanche. They are playing phenomenally there. The Canes have also struggled in Colorado. They've gone 3-11 in their last 14 meetings in Colorado, and home ice has been huge. Now, while I look at this game and I want to take the Colorado Avalanche here at -122, not sure if I can get there. I'm going to look at the under 6.5 in this one. I think we see both defenses step up. I think we see goaltending step up in this one and control this game. The under has been strong between these two, going 6-1 in the last 7 meetings. The Canes and the Avs both come in on rest. Both these teams strong to that under on rest with their defenses and goaltenders stepping up. 5-0 in the Canes last 5 games on 1 day's rest to that under. 4-1 in the Colorado Avalanche's last 5 on 1 day's rest to that under. So give me the under 6.5 in this one. It's going to be a battle. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to watch this one. You guys, let me know which games you're watching, which games you're betting, and which games that you're just staying away from. The next game on the board is one that I'm going to stay away from. I've got to lean towards the Chicago Blackhawks versus the Anaheim Ducks just because of how strong Chicago has been in the last 7 meetings with the Ducks. They've won the last 7 meetings. We're getting them at +114. Am I going to actually take it to the window? I don't think so. I don't like either one of these teams and what we've seen out of them. John Gibson has just been struggling for the Anaheim Ducks. He's got a 4.47 goals against average. Defensively, this team is shooting themselves in the foot. They are allowing 40.4 shots on goal, which is 32nd overall in the league, and 4.57 goals per game, which is 32nd overall in the league, which we know is the worst in the league. Huge home ice advantage, but do I want to lay -137 with the Anaheim Ducks? There's no freaking way I want to lay -137 with the Anaheim Ducks. Now, the Chicago Blackhawks are coming off overtime. I think that overtime game was Thursday. They trend to not winning off of overtime. I don't care. They're playing the Ducks in this one. Chicago coming in here averaging 2.69 goals per game and only 26 shots on goal. They're allowing that 3.8 and 34.4 shots on goal. This game is not going to be fun. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to bet it. If I had to bet anything, you guys, it would be the Chicago Blackhawks, just because we're getting positive money with, I guess they're the better team here. Right? They lost to the Kings in OT, so they were able to keep it competitive with the Kings, but yeah, Kings, Blackhawks and Ducks, just not one of those games on my radar. The game that I do like, though, St. Louis Blues taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. Wow. Vegas should feast in this one. Logan Thompson coming out for them. He's got a 2.32 goals against average. This team is exploding offensively, averaging 3.8 goals per game and 33.4 shots on goal. They've won their last 9. Give me their 10th game here tonight at home. Now, like I said, there's teams that you fade. We're going to fade the Nashville Predators off a road trip. Vegas is not a team you fade off a road trip. They historically come home off a road trip energized no matter how that road trip went and win that first game at home. I'm taking them here. This is not a fade spot for Vegas. I'm going to take Vegas here on the puck line at -1.5 at +110. The St. Louis Blues just aren't doing it for me. They're 4-8 on the season, 1-5 on that puck line on the road. They failed to cover the puck line as an underdog in their last 4. This team is getting blown out of the water. And until they start showing me that they can play strong and competitive, I cannot bet with the St. Louis Blues. They're 2-5 in their last 7 meetings in Vegas, 4-10 in the last 14 meetings overall. It's not going to be a pretty game. If they prove me wrong and Binghamton stands on his head, which we know, I think Jordan Binghamton is a solid goalie. He's got a 3.33 goals against average. We've seen him get some phenomenal wins even this season. But in this one, I just think Vegas is going to be way too strong. So give me the Vegas Golden Knights -1.5 at +110. Strong trends to that over between these two. It's going to come down, though, to if St. Louis can get any goals to help this over. Could Vegas get 7 goals themselves? Absolutely. I just don't want to put my money there. So the next game on the board, we have the Winnipeg Jets taking on my Calgary Flames. Calgary on the puck line, you have so much more faith than I do. Hats off to you for having faith in them. Oh, I'm just seeing it's Hill confirmed for the Vegas Golden Knights. It's okay. We have faith in Hill too. We have faith in the defense of Vegas here. So no worries with Hill. It doesn't make a big change for me with the St. Louis Blues coming into Vegas. Okay, Winnipeg taking on Calgary. I see you guys saying Winnipeg. I see you guys seeing Calgary. I'm going to take Calgary in the first period, and that is it. My Calgary Flames are on their biggest losing streak that they've had since 2018. Daryl Sutter is furious. Calgary is furious. Calgary is going to come into this one. They're going to come out strong in that first period. We see them come out so strong in that first period and give these games away. Could they lose to the Winnipeg Jets today? I almost said something I shouldn't say on air, but yeah, they can absolutely lose this one to the Winnipeg Jets. I trust Calgary in the first period on that puck line to get the win. I think they come out strong in the first period. Jacob Markstrom expected here for them. He's got a 2.97 goals against average. Connor Hellebuck for the Winnipeg Jets. I really like Connor Hellebuck. We got to put hats off to him. He's got a 1.98 goals against average. But I think Calgary sneaks that puck in fast. They're going to come out on home ice looking to get up in the first period because Calgary cannot fall behind against the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets are 8-3-1 on the season. Calgary's 5-6-2. Like I said, biggest losing streak since 2018, losing their last 7 games. You look at Winnipeg in Calgary, and this is what scares me. Winnipeg is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings in Calgary. The underdog is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. I would look at Connor Hellebuck's save shots on goal. Let's just look that up. It was not up before. See if he is confirmed in there because we have taken the goalie opposite of Calgary in the last couple of games for their save shots. It is up for him. Let me just see. Over 31.5 save shots on goal is -122 for Connor Hellebuck. Now, he's got a 1.98 goals against average. Calgary's coming in here, getting these shots on goal. They're averaging 36.5 shots on goal. I love him over Connor Hellebuck over 31.5 save shots on goal because we know Calgary is going to come out no matter what firing in this one. I think Connor Hellebuck stops a lot of these. I really do want to lean to the under 6.5 more than anything in this one. I think we have defenses a step up. I think between these two goaltenders, Markstrom really needs to get his act together. If he goes behind the back of the net again and can't get into that net fast enough, I'm going to be calling for his head. I'm going to be calling Daryl Sutter myself because Jacob Markstrom is a fantastic goalie. He frustrates me and makes mistakes in certain situations. So I really hope Calgary gets the win here, you guys. You know I'm biased towards Calgary, but I think Calgary in the first period is the only way that I could take Calgary in this game until they start to prove, because I look at it, if it was any other team out there, until they start to prove to me, would I take them for the full game? Absolutely not. And especially at -156. I cannot get behind them here. I just can't put my money there. So Calgary in the first period on the puck line, absolutely. They come out strong and hard. And then give me the under 6.5 because I do think this is a defensive battle. So hang on just one second. I guess everyone on TikTok heard me yell at my dog to stop. He was licking his feet. I hate when dogs do that. Just grosses me out. Okay, last game on the board, game number 13 of the day. We have the Detroit Red Wings taking on the LA Kings. Now, the Red Wings coming in here at +180 on the money line. Seems like they're just asking us to take the Red Wings. The Red Wings have a good record this season. 7-4-2 on the season. LA here, though, at home. strong team at home. They are 9-6 so far this season. Jonathan Quick expected for them. He's got a 2.83 goals against average. They failed to cover the puck line as a favorite at home or as a favorite in their last 7. It doesn't matter if they're at home. I don't think they get a blowout win here. I want to take them for the blowout win because the Red Wings have completely struggled in LA, going 0-4 in the last 4 meetings. This game seems really weird to me. The LA Kings have come in winning their last 3 games. The Red Wings have lost their last 2. The Red Wings are due for a nice bounce back. Will they get it here versus the Kings? I doubt it, but I don't know if I trust the Kings enough to get that puck line win. This is a game that I'm kind of going to stay off because we know, again, the Kings can either really tighten up defensively and this can be a lower scoring game. Although they are allowing that 3.38, but we've seen games completely stay to that under with this team. The Red Wings are not lighting up the scoreboard either. So I would lean to the under if I had to take a side. Again, this is a game I'm just not getting a good read on. I feel like they're asking us to take the Red Wings here because it's got such good plus money. They should turn things around. I think one way you could look at it is taking the Red Wings plus 1.5, but I don't love it. We know the Kings haven't been blowing teams out, but they're bound to have one of these games where they do cover that puck line at home. They're 4-4 right now on the puck line at home, 9-7 on the puck line overall. I just don't like it, you guys. So Cal Peterson is confirmed. Yeah, with Cal Peterson confirmed, both of these goalies are so strong. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't love this game, you guys. It just doesn't sit right with me, this one. This is one that I'm going to stay by and watch. Again, with this total, we've seen the Kings where they should be heading more to this over with how many goals they're able to put up. And this one going under the number. I'm not going to touch it. I'd rather not bet it than bet it and lose money on it for going the wrong way. So let's recap these games, you guys, and then let's build this parlay because I haven't built the parlay yet. I got to get it in. It's just with all of these games going on today, my morning got away from me sitting here at the desk. So when we look at that Ottawa Senators game and the Flyers game, that's still tied 1 apiece. The rest of the game's not starting till 4 o'clock Eastern. So you got another hour and a half before the games kick off on the ice. So recap for the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. I don't like this one to the over. I think that total of 7 is too high. I like the under 7 in this one. We've got strong trends to that under. I think with the Panthers coming in here, failing to cover that puck line in each of their last games as 8 games as a favorite, I've got to look at the Oilers on that puck line for the parlay. So that's what I'm going to put. The Oilers plus 1.5. It's too juiced to just bet it straight up, you guys. I don't like it. If you want to make a straight up bet in this game, I'd take the under in this one, although it's scary. We know Jack Campbell has been exposed, but I also would sprinkle on the money line for the Edmonton Oilers if you're looking for a straight up bet. The next one in this one, the Arizona Coyotes and the New Jersey Devils. I'm going to take the Arizona Coyotes in that first period. I think they come out strong out of the gate. I'm not going to do a full game bet for this one. And if I'm looking to put something in the parlay, it's going to be the under 6.5 between these two. I think this is a lower scoring game. I like what I've seen out of the defenses so far. So I'm just writing this down as we go, you guys. The Boston Bruins and the Buffalo Sabres. I'm going to take Anderson of the Buffalo Sabres for his save shots on goal over 29.5. I think this is a great way to go with this. We're paying light juice at minus 160. I also like the Buffalo Sabres team total over 2.5. I think they're going to get these goals on Kincaid coming in here. Well, he's expected at least for the Boston Bruins. Taking them over 2.5 is minus 135. I think this is one where you could look at Buffalo to keep this tight. They might pull off the win here at home. Taking them plus 1.5 is too juiced at minus 105. Both of these teams do trend highly to that over. We've got explosive teams offensively. I just don't know with Anderson back here how many goals Boston's going to be able to get. And I think Boston plays a stronger defensive game. So I'm not going to touch the total in this one, but I will take the Sabres team total to get these goals on Kincaid here. I'm going to take the Sabres team total over 2.5 for the parlay. Skinner is confirmed for the Oilers. Okay, with Skinner confirmed, I actually like the Oilers better, and I like that under better than Jack Campbell. I really feel for Jack Campbell. He's just not playing up to the levels that we would have thought Jack Campbell would have. I think he gets in his head a lot. Listening to him in that press release talking about how it's all his fault, I think it's really getting to him. Now, Skinner, I watched him in that Battle of Alberta at the game. His presence out on the ice, it really does do something to the Edmonton Oilers. I think Skinner is the better goalie between these two. Remember, he's coming up for contract as well. I believe he's going to be a free agent completely. So Skinner is looking to impress out here. He's looking for a pay raise. And I think he will probably be an overall number one goalie for Edmonton in the future. So I think Skinner is the best option. And with that, I like the Oilers even more today in this game. The next game, we're going to recap the Pittsburgh Penguins taking on the Montreal Canadiens. I got to take Montreal here on the money line at plus 142. I have faith in them to get it done over the Pittsburgh Penguins here on the back-to-back. I like the under 6.5 too. I think this is a lower scoring game in this. For the parlay reasons, I'm going to put Montreal on that puck line, plus 1.5, just because it's a parlay. I think if they lose it, it's only by 1 goal, but I do think the value is taking them straight up on that money line for a straight up bet. For the Vancouver Canucks and the Toronto Maple Leafs, man, you guys are not drinking today. I'm sorry. I'm going to take Toronto in regulation to get this win. Like I said, I'm so tempted here to take them up minus 1.5 on that puck line at plus 140. I absolutely love the value here, and I think I will. I'm going to sprinkle on that, but I do think the under 6.5 is in play. I think this is a game where Toronto could completely shut out Vancouver. I think this could be a 4-0 win for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So for the parlay, I'm going to take Toronto on the money line in the parlay. And I will recap this parlay at the end, you guys. But I have to sprinkle, outside of the parlay, it's on the puck line where I'm going with this one and the under 6.5. Now, the Columbus Blue Jackets taking on the New York Islanders. I got to roll with the New York Islanders again. I think this is a 4-0 shutout win for the Islanders. Take Sorokin for that shutout. Let's see what Sorokin is for the shutout today. It's got to be around 1,100, I would think. Let's just see here. Sorokin for the shutout. No, it's only plus 940 here for him to get the shutout. I still like it. I still think there's value on that. I'm going to take Sorokin for the shutout. I'm also going to take the New York Islanders plus 1.5 at plus 100. I'm going to take the Columbus Blue Jackets under 2.5 goals at minus 140. And the under 6 in this one, because I do think the New York Islanders come out and dominate this. So for parlay reasons, I'm just going to throw the Islanders on the money line here. We're still going to get great value in our parlay. The New York Rangers taking on the Nashville Predators. I got to go with the Rangers here to get the win at minus 130. I like the New York Rangers on the road here. I think they just have the stronger power play. And I think this is a perfect fade spot for the Preds off that road trip. The Carolina Hurricanes and the Colorado Avalanche. This is going to be a battle of all battles. I really do think if the Canes get in the box, the Avs are going to dominate this game. The Canes have to play a really smart game here, especially with their struggles that they normally have in Colorado. I think this comes down to goaltending and defenses. I love the under 6.5. That's what I'm going to put in this parlay. I'm not going to bet a side in this one. I think this is just too tight. So give me the Canes and the Avs under 6.5 for the parlay. The Blackhawks and the Anaheim Ducks. Again, you guys, I don't love this game. I think this game is one that I don't even want to watch. I'm going to take the Blackhawks. If anything, I just can't fathom how the Ducks are minus 137 here. I don't care that they're at home. Their defense is just killing them. So the Blackhawks also went to overtime with the Kings. This is a team that is fighting in these games and playing stronger defensively than we've seen overall. So give me the Blackhawks on the money line. Again, don't love that game. You can leave it out. The St. Louis Blues and the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas. Give me Vegas for a huge win here for the parlay. I'll just throw them on the money line. But I think you take Vegas best bet on that puck line at minus 1.5 at plus 110. That's actually, I'm going to give you guys my best bets at the end as well here. Recap those. So yeah, I love Vegas here, coming in strong in this one. I'm going to stay off the total here because it just depends on how many goals Vegas decides to get and how much Binghamton can stand on his head. And no matter who the goalie is, it comes out for Vegas. I do like Vegas for a strong win. Now, between the Winnipeg Jets and the Calgary Flames, like I said, you guys, I got to ride with Calgary. Only in that first period. I hate to say it. Can't trust my team right now. So give me Calgary in the first period on that puck line. I also like the under 6.5. I think this one is going to be a defensive battle. Daryl Sutter is going to be putting these guys in check defensively. And I think this is where they're going to have to step up. Now, they're only allowing that 28.2 shots on goal. So they are limiting these teams. And we have the Winnipeg Jets really limiting the goals at 2.33 defensively. So best bet in this, and I'm going to throw into the parlay, is the Jets and Calgary under, which I hate to do because we know how explosive both of these offenses have been. But I think this is a defensive battle. So then between the Kings and the Detroit Red Wings, I don't love this game, you guys. I think the Kings get the straight up win. I'm not willing to take them on the puck line. So for parlay reasons, I'll throw the Kings in there. So we'll recap that parlay. Let me just write down my best bets for you here. I'll take that puck line. And then that's it for the day, you guys. I really want to thank you for joining me here on Puck It with Joe. It's always a great way to start my day. And I love talking out these games with you. So my best bets of the day, you guys, are okay. Best bets of the day. I'm going to take Vegas on that puck line at minus 1.5, on the puck line at minus 110. Calgary in the first period. I think they really come out hard and fast. And then the New York Islanders minus 1.5 on the puck line at plus 100. So those are my best bets. I'm going to parlay all three of those together as well. You're going to get great odds there. If you're looking for that long shot parlay, which is my best bet in every single game, I took the Oilers plus 1.5 at minus 160. The under 6.5 between the Coyotes and the New Jersey Devils. The Sabres team total over 2.5. Montreal on that puck line plus 1.5. I really do think Montreal has the opportunity to win this game. Toronto on the money line. The Islanders on the money line. The New York Rangers on the money line. The Canes and the Avs under 6.5, the Blackhawks on the money line, the Vegas Golden Knights on the money line, the Jets and the Calgary Flames under 6.5, and the Kings. So that's the long shot parlay. Again, you guys, these long shot parlays, don't put a lot of money on them. I want to wish you guys all the best in all of your bets. Every time you mention the Canucks, you start drinking. I like it. I like it. We can play a lot of drinking games here, you guys. Cheers to Vancouver Island. Yeah, cheers to you out on the island. That's awesome. I hope you're having great weather out there. It is freezing cold here in Calgary. Hence actually we warmed up, but still in my mind, it's freezing cold because there's snow outside and way too much of it. But you guys, I will be back with another Puck It with Joe tomorrow. So make sure you join me. I'm going to bookmark all these shows. So they are long, lots of explanation. If you want all the explanation in all of them, I love having you guys here for the hour of the show. If you don't want the explanation and you just want to know my recaps, that's why I'm doing these at the end for you guys, trying to give you as much information within those recaps without making them another 20 minutes as well. So you guys, thank you. Appreciate each and every one of you. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe so you know when I go live on the weekends, because I cannot guarantee a time on the weekends with how many games I have. But I try to get them off before the first or second game starts. So today we went off when that first game was going. How was that first game, though? Still 1-1 apiece. I am seeing in that second. Nice. I like it. Okay, you guys, have a great day. Keep smiling and let's make some freaking money. Bye, guys.